The current scheme also proposes 3 trees and the use of the grasscrete surfacing on the new parking spaces. The provision of new trees is welcomed, however the grasscrete is not, and is not considered to be an appropriate solution to offset the loss of the green space. To the north of the site is a landscaped pedestrian link. The proposal is considered to detract from the visual quality and usability of this important part of the estate. In accordance with the St Andrews Park development application, the application site forms part of Phase 3B, which was granted permission for 56 units, 70 car parking spaces. This results in a parking ratio of 1.25 spaces per unit. Adding 9 additional spaces would increase this ratio to 1.41 per unit. In accordance with the London Plan, which sets out maximum car parking standards, and I would emphasise that they are maximum, the allowance within that policy would be 46.5 spaces for the 56 units, equating to a ratio of around 0.83. As such, the increase from 70 to 79 spaces would be far in excess of the maximum parking standards set out within the London Plan. Members should note that the London Plan sets the maximum car parking standards in order to accord with National Planning Policy's framework's objectives for sustainable development. Whilst this is not the sole mechanism for achieving this, the reduction in car parking is viewed as essential to reducing the demand for car use. This development is therefore not only contrary to the London Plan, but also the objectives of sustainable development within the development plan as a whole. Furthermore, increasing parking availability would not necessarily address a parking demand issue. In fact, it may well encourage further parking demand as well as promoting the use of the car rather than more sustainable methods of transport. Due to the lack of parking controls on Dyson Drive, the proposal would increase parking congestion, thereby making the existing situation worse. The application has been reviewed by the local highway authority, who have raised strong objections to the proposal. No justification has been put before officers, nor benefits which would be considered to outweigh such a stark policy departure. As such, the application fails to respond positively to the reasons for refusal which were attached to the previous application, and it remains unacceptable in policy terms. In addition, in accordance with the NPPF, the proposal would meet the requirements for the requirement of the on-site 10% biodiversity net gain provision. This application is not supported by a statutory metric nor a BNG assessment, and this forms a second reason for refusal. For the reasons detailed in the committee report and the addendum, officers recommend the application be refused. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Chris. Steve Haywood, would you like to